Good morning. Here we are again. This is what we're doing today. Tiling. Got those to put on and probably some of those. So what have we been messing around with? Well, we have, pardon me, some guttering. Not all of it, but enough. That went on the day before yesterday. So that's dropping out down there, and then I did the other side in the rain. It was horrible. And that's all complete. So what's been happening on the roof today is another one of those big days of the job. There seems to be a lot of them actually. What you don't see is all the oh yeah, we've got a soffit, and on that side as well. We do have lots of little itty bitty days, but you don't see those because I don't show them. Oh, right, now we're on the roof. Oh, something has christened my membrane, and it's a bit breezy. At least it's dry, thank goodness. Overnight we had Storm Dudley. Tomorrow we have Storm Eunice. Today is the nice day in between. So what I've been doing over the past day or so is putting the membrane on. I keep wanting to say felt. That shows my age. Roofing, vapor permeable roofing membrane. Excuse me. And we've got soakers on. Those little standing up bits of stuff over there. I've cut chases for the stepped flashing, which will go on later. But today is loading out the roof. Hopefully both sides. I have a chap coming to help me. Really nice guy called Andrew Jackson. Not the President of the United States. Well, not yet, and not that I know of. I mean, he might have been. He's coming to lift tiles off the floor and get them to the low edge of the roof so that I can put them on, nail them on, and what have you. What I also did yesterday was to felt and see, I've done it again. Look at membrane and batten. That just doesn't sound right. Felt and batten the long bit of the roof, and I've put on that little black strip down the bottom edge. Is a over fascia vent. So that just lets a bit of air over the top of the membrane. We've got a gap underneath, if you remember. Well, we will have 50mm gap underneath, but over the top, just let a bit of air in so that any moisture that comes up can get blown away out of the top, which is covered up at the moment because there's a big hole in it because of the way that it all works. So there we are. Right, now then, soakers and step flashing. If you imagine, well, you don't have to imagine, you will be able to remember, when we get heavy rain, if it sort of hits the wall, that doesn't actually belong there, hits the wall and runs down, we don't want it running into the room below. So what we have are these pieces. I mean, traditionally it'd be lead, but I'm using a lead replacement flashing, and what we have are what are called soakers, and they sit on the battens and the tile sits on top so that any rain that hits that runs down, runs away. So, and then over the top of that we have a stepped flashing, which is turned into the mortar course. So water hits that, runs over the top of that, perhaps down the back of the tile, and then runs out. So, hello. Oh, my chap's arrived. I better go and talk. Right. So what we're doing, you can't stop the rain, fairly obviously, but what we can do is manage it and get it going where we want it to be, which is not inside. We want in this instance, we want the water on the outside. And then it runs onto the tiles, the tile joints overlap, and then it runs away into the guttering and off. So that's the job today, which is to load this roof out as much as we possibly can, and then tomorrow, if the weather permits, and I'm not entirely sure it will, I'll be finishing off getting the ridge on. I don't think I will, because it looks like it's going to be utterly hideous, and we'll be doing what we can when we can. Right, let's go and say hello to my chap. So with Andy's tremendous help here, he's lifting the tiles onto the bottom so that I can put them on, and because the joints overlap and you don't want to have to slide one tile under the next, we end up with a diagonal staggered pattern. And on this roof, the perimeter and every third row is nailed down to stop wind lift. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward, it's pretty tiring, and don't want to put my foot through the membrane, so have to be careful. And as you can see here on the top row, they just get nailed down with aluminium nails. So, not bad for a half hour's work or so. Getting them on. My friend Andy down there is not qualified for working at height, and not comfortable with anything to do with the roof, so he's doing the hard work of getting the tiles onto the roof, and that's an enormous help, and I am so grateful. Anyway, time for a cup of tea, I think. So, tea having taken place, we carry on, and Andy does a tremendous job of lifting the tiles up for me. And we get to a point where the bottom row is pretty much done and he can't lift them onto that row. So what I've got here is a couple of planks and a piece of old carpet to spread the load and protect the new tiles. These tiles are Marley Edgemere in grey, and they're concrete plain tiles, interlocking, and they are what I'd call green concrete. They were about a week old out of the factory when we got them delivered, and they hadn't sort of cured at that point, and as such they were very, very soft. So they've been left out in the garden to weather and for the concrete to cure a bit more, and I have to say that was a good move, because they're pretty good now, so much so that I can drill them. There we go. It's 12:10. It's taken us just about 2.5 hours, because we did have a good break, a couple of good breaks. So just got a few cuts to do up this edge, and then the dry verge to put on. Well, when I've got the barge board on, and then that's this side done. So next stage is I'll get the ridge batten on, do that next, and then we can be loading out this side probably after lunch. So there we go. Not a bad morning's work, aided by tea, and hopefully powered by bacon butties later. We'll see. Right, jobbed. Got all that done. Other side's the same. Cutting all these little pieces up the verge. The edge of a roof is known as the verge. What a faff. In the dark and damp. But anyway, it's done now. Don't worry about the dust. Next bit of rain will wash all that off, and that will be fine. And then you can't really see it. Let me spin a light round. So we're done basically up to the house. So everything behind the house wall is tiled. Obviously I've got to put the ridge on, but all the plain tiles, they're on. That was a day. Tremendous amount of help from my friend Andy Jackson. Really grateful. I can't tell you how grateful I am, because it would have been it would have taken 2 days to do this on my own, and we got it done in all the bulk of the plain tiles, apart from, you know, well, the dry ones you can see, in a short day. So about 3:30 I think he finished, and he worked tremendously hard, and I'm so grateful. And yeah, time to clear up and clear off. Go and have a nice hot shower, I think. Soothe these aching bones. Anyway, long weekend for me. I will see you on Monday. Thank you for watching, as ever. And Monday is ridge day. Get the dry verge on, dry ridge, flashing, and we'll see what happens down there.